He's got the gadgets. He's got the guts. Jesus Christ, that's actually a long way down.
Sunday!
And he always gets the girl. Why have I been edited in like this? If you're a man, and chances are you are, at some point in your life, you've wanted to be James Bond. It's part of the male psyche.
Usually it sits just above thinking you'd be great at stand-up comedy.
So my ex-girlfriend, she was from China. And that's a red flag.
And right next to the dream of being a pro skateboarder.
And as we grow into boring adults, most of us forget about the Bond fantasy and concede to living a life not as a secret agent.
Ha! Gay!
Yes. Considerably.
But for a few, against all odds, they make it their mission to become Bond. No, not become a secret agent. I mean, they cast themselves in their very own James Bond fan film.
Are these films any good?
Well, I'm going undercover to find out.
Shocking. Positively shocking.
Okay, I'm not going undercover, I'm just I'm gonna sit and watch. Much like the actual James Bond films, these films range from the good,
James, vous êtes tellement...
the bad, and to whatever the hell this is.
This is Fanny.
But when there hasn't been a Bond film in 3 years, well, us fans are gonna take what we can get.
Welcome, Mr. Bond.
Now, for the eagle-eyed amongst you, you might have noticed something about most of these films.
I'm sure you'll be repaid for your help. In hell.
They're made by teenagers.
I agree. Unfortunately, it's a one bed we may have to share.
Teenagers have the perfect amount of passion, naivety, and lack of self-awareness. And that is exactly what you need to get a James Bond fan film made.
You were expecting someone else?
An adult, perhaps?
Grow up, 007.
Literally. Okay, I'm done. In my own teenage years, I was too busy getting chased by girls and captaining the football team. Sorry, what is that you're showing? Card magic? Who is that? What is that? Get rid of it. Get rid of that. Bond. He's suave, sophisticated, effortlessly cool. He represents everything as a teenager that you are not.
Okay, stop going on about it, will you?
Bond films are known for their fast cars, beautiful women, exotic locations, quirky gadgets, and explosive action. You know which of these you have access to as a 16-year-old? None of them! Which is kind of why these films are so much fun to watch.
My name's Bond. James Bond.
And the stars of these films? Well, they join the esteemed list of actors to have played 007 on screen. Kind of.
Connery, Lazenby, Moore, Dalton, Brosnan, Craig, this kid, that one guy, him, this kid. Okay, another kid. There's lots of kids for some reason.
Whoa, do it again!
So whilst we wait eons for the next Bond film, let's take a look at one of my favourites, 2007's Gold Fever.
Gold Fever is a 10-minute fan film made by German filmmaker Dominic Camp. Critics are saying, this has got to be the greatest Bond remake I've ever seen.
Who cares if the acting wasn't all that great?
Not much of a story and barely any dialogue. It's a good video, but it's not Quantum of Solace.
That wasn't very nice.
Okay, let's see this gun barrel. That's actually pretty good. Well, it's better than Sean's when he does that little jump.
The first couple have this hop and shoot that looks very shilly, like you were spooked by a mouse.
So, youngish James Bond lands in France and gets into his Peugeot 207. Can you imagine seeing that in a real Bond film?
This is your new Peugeot 207. All the usual refinements, seatbelts, FM radio, and one single cup holder.
Bond is then briefed on the mission on a video call by M. M in this case stands for the filmmaker's mum.
Don't make it personal.
Bond's told he needs to rescue an oil tycoon's daughter, who's been kidnapped by the mafia. She's being held at a mansion on the French Riviera. So our hero arrives and is greeted by heavily armed security. Bond naturally looks to disable the camera.
Wait a second, I recognise those AV cables. Zoom out, zoom out. Nintendo 64, I knew it.
With the cameras down, Bond goes in swinging.
The security guard fails to notice that he's getting beaten up.
This guy is honestly like Eddie Murphy in The Nutty Professor. He plays about 10 roles through this.
I don't want to hear this shit while I'm eating.
A patrolling guard looks to see what all the commotion's about. Wait, let me see that again. What a place to put your gun.
Oh, this? Yeah, this is just my head holster. Yeah, just like having it in that place. Feels good.
Bond gives him a good kicking and drags his body away.
Okay, this is like a legit Bond location. This is good. With underwater film work, oh my god. Somebody got a GoPro early. Woo! I wish I did.
007 shoots his way towards the mansion.
You just know his mum was like, "Watch my flowers, please." And there he rescues the Bond girl. And he goes in for a classic James Bond hug. He goes in for a James Bond hug.
So isn't it time you unwrapped your present?
What about a nice hug? Yeah, that's nice.
Hey, the fact that they're able to convince a girl to be in this movie, I'm in awe. Oh, hang on, let me just check something. And it's not their sister. They've got my respect. I didn't speak to a girl until I was 23.
But Bond still has to retrieve a golden disc. He gets out a C4 explosive.
Has anybody seen my sponge?
And blows the door off.
That was a good visual effect. I rate it. That was cool. I guess in 2007 we were dealing with cracked versions of After Effects and a couple of Video Copilot tutorials. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? It's Andrew Kramer. Needs some work. Bond continues to infiltrate the mansion.
He finds the golden disc, but before he can escape has one last confrontation.
The film culminates in Bond shooting a henchman and throwing him off the roof as the sun sets. Definitely not a dummy. We even get a Casino Royale-esque gun barrel moment. You know, I absolutely love that. It's got action, stunts, gadgets, locations. I give it 006 out of 007.
Get on with it!
These guys actually went on to make a sequel a couple of years later, which is also super fun. A lot of time, effort, and passion went into that. And I know I've taken the mickey, but I do it with complete admiration and affection. Okay, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. Sorry, I saw. What is that? Still got it.